The man's gaze travels from the thinness of Sidney's silver-stubbled face down to the leanness of the body emerging from the shabby gabardine coat. "Are you hungry?" He waves a hand towards the fridge and says, "What do you want?" "I don't want salad," says Sidney. I need a bowl of water for the dog." "You've got a new dog?" "It's my old dog's puppy," says Sidney. "She's old herself now, though. A friend of mine's been looking after her while I've been away." The man finds an empty ice cream tub and fills it with cold tap water. "I'll take this out to her," he says. "You ever think about what you want?" Sidney wanders back over to where the mother still sits with her baby, who is latched on again. Sitting down at an adjacent table, Sidney stretches out his long legs until his feet are underneath the woman's table. "You're not Ruth," he says. "I'm not Ruth," she says, without looking up. The man in the apron, having taken the water out to the dog, stops on his way back to the counter to take the woman's empty coffee cup away. "I'll have another cup of coffee, please," she says. "I'll get this one," says Sidney, putting his hand into his pocket and pulling out a £1 note. The man raises an eyebrow at Sidney, who at that moment feels like a child trying to buy something with toy money. Shaking his head, the man goes off to fetch the coffee, leaving Sidney to put away his redundant banknote. Sidney turns to the woman. "My name's Sidney," he says. "With a Y. Like the capital of Australia." "Sydney's not the capital of Australia," she says. Sidney sits back, withdrawing his limbs, his foot knocking against the leg of her table. The baby jerks its head back, and the mother winces. The man returns with the woman's cup of coffee. Looking at Sidney's trainers and at his rucksack, onto which the flags of various countries have been sewn, he says to Sidney, "You look like you're ready for a quick getaway. Are you off somewhere?" Not today," says Sidney. "I'm meeting someone here." "Who are you meeting?" asks the man. "A lady called Ruth." "You're meeting her here?" The man, glancing at the little plastic clock on the wall, says, "Barry Bolton will be here soon." Sidney reaches instantly for his coat. "Owe him money?" asks the man, regarding Sidney with concern. Sidney doesn't reply, but he is pushing back his chair, getting to his feet. He puts on his coat, picks up his rucksack, and moves towards the door. As he ducks out, the bell over the door jangles like a town crier's handbell, and the welcome sign swings as the door closes behind him. The debt is decades old. He has no idea now of its size. When the dog sees Sidney coming out of the cafe, she begins to whine for him. Sidney releases her from the drain pipe and hurries the short distance to a row of new cottages, slipping into the front garden of one. He does not know who lives here. He positions himself inside an open porch, peering at the nearby cars, which are all parked and empty. He does not know what Ruth's car looks like, but she does not seem to be here yet. He turns his head in the opposite direction and sees Barry Bolton walking down the hill, coming from the butcher's towards the cafe. Sidney puts his hand to his chest, feeling a twinge in his heart. Barry is a big man, although his feet are small enough that he can wear his mother's shoes. He avoids stepping with his little feet on the cracks between the paving stones. Reaching the cafe, he goes inside. In less than a minute, he is out again, holding an envelope. He crosses the road and sits down on a bench in the middle of the village green, across from the cafe. Planting his small feet wide, he opens the envelope, takes out a wad of banknotes, and counts them. When he has counted them twice, he puts them back in the envelope and tucks it into an inside pocket.